Hey everybody, welcome back. We're continuing our total reading and recitation of the Jehovah's Witness version of the Bible. It is called the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. Did not choose the name. Don't blame me. Don't whine about it. Alright, let's begin. We are in Dunamis chapter 29, picking up on verse 24 where we left off. Yes, all the nations will be bound to say, "Why did Jehovah do like this to this land? Why the heat of this great anger?" Then they will have to say, "It was because they abandoned the covenant of Jehovah and the God of their forefathers, which he concluded with them when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. And they proceeded to go and serve other gods and to bow down to them, gods that they had not known, and he had not apportioned to them. Then Jehovah's anger blazed against the land by bringing it the whole malediction written in this book. Hence Jehovah uprooted them from off their soil in anger and rage and great indignation, and threw them into another land, as at this day. The things concealed belong to Jehovah our God, but the things revealed belong to us and to our sons, to time indefinite, that we may carry out all the words of this law. Now we're in chapter 30 of Deuteronomy. And it must occur that when all these words will come upon you, the blessing and the malediction which I have put before you, and have brought them back to your heart, among all the nations where Jehovah your God has dispersed you, and you have returned to Jehovah your God and listened to his voice, according to all that I am commanding you today, you and your sons with all your heart and all your soul, Jehovah your God must also bring back your captives, and show you mercy, and collect you again from all the peoples where Jehovah your God has scattered you. If you dispersed people should be at the end of the heavens, from there Jehovah your God will collect you, and from there he will take you. Jehovah your God will indeed bring you out of the land which your fathers took possession, and you will certainly take possession of it, and he will indeed do you good and multiply you more than your fathers. And Jehovah your God will have to circumcise your heart and the heart of your offspring, that you may love Jehovah your God with all your heart and all your soul, for the sake of your life. And Jehovah your God will certainly put all these oaths upon your enemies and those who hate you, who have persecuted you. As for you, you will turn and certainly listen to the voice of Jehovah, and do all his commandments that I am commanding you today. And Jehovah your God will indeed make you have more than enough in every work of your hand, in the fruit of your belly, and the fruit of your domestic animals, and the fruitage of your soil, resulting in prosperity, because Jehovah will again exult over you for good, just as he exulted over you forefathers. For you will listen to the voice of Jehovah your God, so as to keep his commandments and his statutes written in this book of the law, because you will return to Jehovah your God with all your heart and all your soul. For this commandment that I am commanding you today, it is not too difficult for you, nor is it too far away. It is not in the heavens, so as to result in saying, "Who will ascend for us into the heavens and get it for us, that he may not let us hear it, that we may do it?" Neither is it on the other side of the sea, so as to result in saying, "Who will pass over for us to the other side of the sea and get it for us, that he may let us hear it, and that we may do it?" For the word is very near you, in your own mouth and in your own heart, that you may do it. See, I do put before you today life and good, and death and bad, and you will listen to the commandments of Jehovah your God, which I am commanding you today, so as to love Jehovah your God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judicial decisions. Then you will be bound to keep alive and to multiply, and Jehovah your God must bless you in the land to which you are going to take possession of it. But if your heart turns away, and you do not listen, and you are actually seduced and bow down to other gods. Serve them. I do tell you today that you will positively perish. You will not lengthen your days on the ground to which you are crossing the Jordan to go to take possession of it. I do take the heavens and the earth as witness against you today, that I have put life and death before you, the blessing and the malediction, and you must choose life in order that you may keep alive, you and your offspring, by loving Jehovah your God, by listening to his voice, and by sticking to him, for he is your life and the length of your days, that you may dwell upon the ground that Jehovah swore to your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give to them. Right? Now we are in 31. Deuteronomy 31. Then Moses went and spoke these words to all Israel, and said to them, 120 years old I am today. I shall no more be allowed to go out and come in, as Jehovah has said to me, you will not cross this Jordan. Jehovah your God is the one crossing before you. He himself will annihilate these nations from before you, and you must drive them away. Joshua is the one crossing before you, just as Jehovah has spoken, and Jehovah will certainly do to them just as he has done to Sihon and to Og, the kings of the Amorites, and their land when he annihilated them. And Jehovah has abandoned them to you, and you must do to them according to all the commandment that I have commanded you. Be courageous and strong. Do not be afraid or suffer a shock before them, because Jehovah your God is the one marching with you. He will neither desert you nor leave you entirely. And Moses proceeded to call Joshua and to say to him before the eyes of all Israel, be courageous and strong, because you will bring this people into the land that Jehovah swore to their forefathers to give them, and you yourself will give it to them as an inheritance. And Jehovah is the one marching before you. He himself will continue with you. He will never desert you, nor leave you entirely. Do not be afraid or be terrified. Then Moses wrote this law and gave it to the priests, the sons of Levi, the carriers of the ark of Jehovah's covenant, and to all older men of Israel. And Moses went on to command them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the appointed time of the year of the release, in the festival of booths, when all Israel comes to see the face of Jehovah your God, in the place he will choose, you will read this law in front of all Israel and their hearing. Congregate the people, the men and the women and the little ones, and your alien resident who is within your gates, in order that they may listen, in order that they may learn, as they must fear Jehovah your God, and take care to carry out all the words of his law. And their sons who have not known should listen, and they must learn to fear Jehovah your God all the days that you are living upon the soil, to which you are crossing the Jordan to take possession of it. After that Jehovah said to Moses, look, the days have drawn near for you to die. Call Joshua, and station yourselves in the tent of meeting, that I may commission him. So Moses and Joshua went and stationed themselves in the tent of meeting. Then Jehovah appeared at the tent in the pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of cloud began to stand by the entrance of the tent. Jehovah now said to Moses, look, you are lying down with your forefathers, and this people will certainly get up and have immoral intercourse with foreign gods of the land to which they are going in their very midst, and they will certainly forsake me and break my covenant that I have concluded with them. Okay, that's part of it. We're leaving off on 16.